What's up, everyone? Welcome back to another Where Is. I hope everyone is having an amazing day. So, today's case, we will be discussing the disappearance of Sheila Hughes, which dates back to 2000. So, without further ado, let's just go ahead and jump right into it. Sheila Diane Hughes was born on June 17th in 1971. And she was just 29 years old when she went missing from Aliceville, Alabama. She was described by family and friends as someone who was very social and spontaneous, often planning family reunions and family trips. Now, again, the year was 2000, and Sheila was actually about to begin a new chapter in her life. It was September of that year, and 29-year-old Sheila was 9 months pregnant with her first child, which was a boy, and Sheila was actually planning on naming him after his father, Reynard Simmons. Her sister Deborah Hughes says that Sheila told her that when she had the baby, she would stay with her for a few weeks and then her and her son would find their own place to stay. So it was September 1st, and again, Sheila was 9 months pregnant, so she could have gone into labor at any moment. However, the day does go by, and Sheila still had not gone into labor. So that night, it was around 10:30 p.m. when her boyfriend of 5 years and the father of her unborn child, Reynard Simmons, came by to pick her up. Now, again, she was staying with her sister and two nieces at the time, so he comes by her place to check on Sheila that night and to see if she would go for a ride with him to discuss their relationship. So Sheila agrees to go for a ride with him that night, and before she heads out, according to her sister Deborah, Sheila tells her that if you don't see me again, don't worry about me because I have lived my life to the fullest. And after she tells Deborah this, she proceeds to leave the home. Now, as Sheila and Reynard are on their drive, they get stopped by police at a roadblock in Pickersville, Alabama at 1 a.m. on September 2nd. Now, Pickersville is about 10 miles away from Aliceville, and the officers at the roadblock were able to confirm that Sheila was in the car with Reynard at the time of the roadblock. However, this would be the last known sighting of Sheila. Now, after being questioned by police, Reynard told law enforcement that after they were stopped in Pickersville, he drove back to her sister Deborah's home, again in Aliceville, Alabama, and that he dropped her off at 3 a.m. Now, according to Sheila's sister, she was home the entire night that night and never heard Sheila come back in the house. She says, I was home that weekend and he did not drop her off. That's what he said, but I was off that weekend, so he did not drop her off. She also says that she did have a security alarm installed on the front door and says that the alarm would have went off that night if Sheila did in fact return home, but again, it never went off. Now, according to her family, Reynard was not very thrilled at all about Sheila being pregnant, and he actually wanted her to get an abortion. He was angry with Sheila for refusing to get an abortion, but despite everything, Sheila still loved Reynard and wanted to make things work. Now, after she disappeared, according to her family, Reynard just didn't seem very interested in helping find her and that he never participated in any of the searches for her. Now, her purse, which was brown, and her white slippers were discovered nearly a month after her disappearance under a tree in a cotton field in Noxubee County, Mississippi. Now, Noxubee County is about 31 miles from Aliceville, Alabama. However, unfortunately, the findings did not lead to any clues as to where Sheila could be. Her sister says during an interview, "What happened? I know that when she left home at 10:30, she was with you. I know at 1 o'clock when the police stopped you at a roadblock in Pickinsville, she was with you. I know when you said you dropped her off at 3 o'clock, she was with you. So between that time and the time she entered the house, what happened?" Now, authorities believe foul play was involved in her case. Now, officials have not named any suspects in her case. However, Reynard was seen as a person of interest, but he did end up passing away in November of 2013. Her family says that Reynard never told them what happened, but they do believe that she is deceased. However, they haven't given up hope and believe that the truth of what happened to Sheila will be revealed. Her mother, Rutha Hughes, says, "Dead or alive, I just want to know where she went and what happened to her." Now, her family filed a petition to legally declare her dead in 2008 after years of searching for her and having little to no clues. Now, there has been a few rumors over the years that she was seen in Texas. Someone also claimed to have received a letter from Sheila. However, none of the claims were proven to be true. Now, that is everything as far as her case. I do want to know what you guys think could have possibly happened. Do you think that her boyfriend was responsible for her disappearance? I definitely believe that he did have something to do with her disappearance, considering he was the last person to see her. He wasn't happy about her wanting to keep the baby, and remember her last words to her sister were, "If you don't see me anymore, don't worry about me. Know that I lived my life to the fullest." Now, why would someone say something like that if they didn't feel like their life was in danger by that person? We also know that after she disappeared, Reynard just wasn't very interested in looking for Sheila and didn't participate in any of the searches for her. So, was that because he already knew what happened to her? But unfortunately, with there being no physical evidence being found except for her purse and white slippers, and Reynard being deceased, her case went cold. I truly hope that one day we can reignite her case and hopefully bring some answers to her family. Again, Sheila was only 29 years old when she went missing. She is African American with black hair and brown eyes. At the time, she stood at 5'5" and weighed 150 pounds. She was last seen wearing a gray shirt, stretchy white maternity shorts, and white house slippers. Again, Sheila was 9 months pregnant with a boy at the time and was planning on naming him Reynard Simmons Jr. She has pierced ears and also has scars on her left arm and lower hip, and her nickname is Boot. If alive, Sheila would be 50 years old and her son would be 21. If you have any information, you can contact the Aliceville Police Department at 205-373-6631. Again, let me know your guys' thoughts on this case, but that is it for me today, you guys. As always, please stay safe and I will see you in the next one.